Hello, everybody. I hope you're good. So, I honestly think that it's fair for someone to go and stay at a Gobela'S house and be mistreated or like bad things to happen to you while you're there, especially under guardianship or mentorship. Because as soon as you stay in somebody's house, obviously you're expecting for that person to protect you. And you're expecting the person to be your guardian and to lead you. So what I learned even before I went to initiate was it's always best if women get initiated by other women, men by men. And by saying so, I'm not saying that women do not mistreat other women or men, whatever the case may be. But I just feel like it's much better when it is a woman. Your chances of you not being abused are better when it's a woman than when it is a man. Because it was, as I've mentioned, that it was even before I initiated, and my mom is a healer, so that's how this came through. Because I would listen to their stories that they would share with other healers, that this Gobela, so and so, the male did something to the woman, or maybe he's dating his Amathwasa, the initiate. And then that's when I thought, who even allows that? Is this even supposed to be happening? Because if someone is your mentorship, already you look at that person as your family, as your guardian, as somebody who's supposed to protect you, as I've mentioned earlier on. So how does it even get to them looking at you with those eyes, like you're a woman, I want a wife? And I heard it so many times to a point that I honestly just felt that it would be the best if it happened like that. So I don't know, what do you think based on maybe the reason you might be watching this video? Maybe it's also making you think of somebody that you might know, or you might have personally went through something similar. So however, even also when I started with my own journey, I still saw that and I still experienced it, because I would see that even when my Gobela was a woman, because I was not initiated by my mom. But as soon as I have interactions with the male Gobela, whether or not they've initiated for a long time or not, I would see them making advances to me. I would see them, just trying their way. So you can see that, okay, so this is the trend that's happening. And then we would be talking as Amathwasa, okay, this Gobela is so, and you will see that it's like it's a norm, that this is something that they're used to doing to Amathwasa, because then you're still vulnerable, and because they treat us so bad, you honestly think that, okay, maybe it's better if you just take one of the careers. Because I've seen people doing that just so that things get better. I even know of someone that now she ended up having a baby with this certain Gobela, because it will be said that this Gobela would go and visit where this girl was initiating, because that Gobela, the girl's original Gobela, was friends with this other one, the male one. So normally he would go there so that he can beat drums for them, so that they can just do whatever it is that they need to do. So because every time he kept on giving them a hard time, so when he was there, she just decided, you know what, that's what I'm going to flirt with him until he actually agrees to date me, because she was just tired of abuse. And she has said it, it's not even something that I can say it was said behind her back that this is what she did because she wanted to be treated a certain way. This is something that she herself shared, because she mentioned that it was hard and she felt that that was the best way, but she just never thought she would actually fall in love with the guy. Of which she ended up falling in love with the guy, and they even have a child together. And estimating the time that she initiated, because I had not initiated by then, I can say the child is maybe 15 or even older, because this was a long time ago. So it also goes to show that this is something that has been happening for a very long time. And I've seen it happening to a point that even on Facebook, I've seen people talking about going to get help from a healer. And then when you get there, the healer does things, that are not appropriate. You'll see somebody asking for help, that this just happened, where do I go for help? I've experienced this, where do I go for help? And I'll be shocked to a point that I would not even comment, because I know that even the people that I had thought that maybe, okay, they have enough power, or they know people that can help them. If those people didn't get help or nothing was done about it, then what information am I going to give to this person to say, you know what, just go and do this? Even though I am aware that there are organizations, especially for traditional healers, but I've just never seen anybody being held accountable. And it's honestly sad. And I still remain to say that, honestly, male healers should initiate male healers. Women should initiate women healers. And as I've said, that I'm not ignorant enough to say that women do not treat other women bad. But like I said, in case of you being not abused, chances are much better. Because I also know somebody who went to initiate, but she ended up being the other Gobela'S wife, whereby the wife now had to leave the house. Now she ended up being the wife, having kids by this very same guy. And it just kept on happening over the years, whereby now after she broke up, to a point that his wife ended up having to go. And this Amathwasa ended up getting into their house, now being the wife and playing wifely duties, even though it was not done in a proper way. The wife left, she became the wife. Years later, they separated. The guy did the same thing to his other initiate, so I can say it happened to maybe 3, if not 4 people, even more than that, So it's just something that just kept on happening, because even when you tell the initiates that, okay, this is something that has been happening and it has always been known, protect yourself, don't do that. But the very same people that you will be saying all these things to, just to make them aware that you're beautiful, and do not fall under this trap. You find that the next day or the next time you meet them, now they're dating this guy. So it ends up seeming as if you're the problem, you're the one who does not have peace, you're the one who's been spreading lies. Until they actually separate, and then you hear a person saying, yeah, I should have listened, this happened. And now you can't even open a case because everyone knew that you guys were dating. It honestly tarnishes the name of traditional healers. As I've seen also on social media, you'll be seeing that people will be saying traditional healers are like this, priests are like this, and whatnot. I've seen is spirituality all around. There are things that are always said, and with everything that we keep reading on social media or watching, it does not make anything better. So if you're someone out there who has a calling, someone that you know that you're supposed to go somewhere and get trained, it's important that, yes, do not fall into the arms of these men, because I'm so not, and again, there's something that I never mentioned. There are good men that actually do respect their initiates, but the sad part is I've met those that have said, I don't do that, only to find that the very same person that you gave them the benefit of the doubt ended up doing it. So it could be the woman, yes, seducing the men. As I've said, I also know somebody who seduced a certain Gobela into being in a relationship with her. And I also know a Gobela that was seducing all his Amathwasa, especially if you're beautiful and he can see that you are nice, you're fit. It's something that we know that has been happening over and over again. But going back to what I was saying, so if you know you're out there, you have a gift, and you're ready to initiate, you're ready to just appease your ancestors and do what you're supposed to do, please do your research, because trust me when I say it's not always about you being shown where you need to go. Because I also know people that went to initiate where they were shown only to be abused by the very same people. So please make sure you're safe, make sure you do not fall into the trap. Make sure even yourself you do not seduce the Gobela so that things go your way. Because as soon as things don't go your way, trust me, it's not going to be nice, and no one will be able to stand up for you, no matter which lawyers you can afford or how much money you have. Because most people around you will be saying, yes, they were in a relationship and everyone knew about it. So how are you going to protect yourself? And still, ask the people from outside taking a look at the relationship, and you as an individual, how are we supposed to respect you? Are we the very same people who are supposed to just overlook that and be like, no, they were dating, they love each other? Like, I feel like that's also not fair to be expected of people. Because if you go through a journey of initiation and you can't even respect yourself, even for that time, who's supposed to respect you? Because I look at initiation as a time for you to just be by yourself, find yourself, focus in your journey, focus in you learning how your ancestors work, how you go into a trance, how they come through. You went there to train all of those things. So am I supposed to be the very same person who knew that you couldn't even respect yourself to just be in a moment and not let men or relationship distract you? Am I the same person who's supposed to respect you when I see you? To be like, okay, yeah, she was honestly respectful. Because at the end of the day, you are going to get judged for that. And yes, as human beings, we like to say we don't want to be judged. But is it fair for us not to judge you for things that you've done? For things that you couldn't even respect yourself? There are things that you can't avoid. Let's say if your Gobela'S sleeps with you without your permission. Yes, there, who can judge you? But honestly, we also need to be accountable and look at the things that we do to contribute into this, so that we protect ourselves, we protect those that lead us, we protect the person that you are, because at the end of the day, you are going to go back home, and 5 years later, when we look at you, we're still looking at you with that added. She did this during this time. It's like, let's say, for example, your mom passes on, and then the very same night you're out sleeping with different men. You're out doing things that you shouldn't be doing, instead of sitting at home mourning your mom. Because initiation is like a mourning period. Hence, they do not change their attire. Hence, you're always wearing the same thing. You wash those clothes, you wear them again. Because it's like a mourning period. So if you cannot even mourn your own mom, if you cannot even own those that live within you, how are we supposed to respect you? I hope wherever you are, this finds you well. And if there's anyone that you know that might be going through a similar situation like the one that I've mentioned, whereby they find themselves sleeping with Gobela, doing things that they shouldn't be doing, it's not going to help anyone, because at the end of the day, yes, now it may seem like things are fine, everything is perfect, but we must know that we reap what we sow. So it is important for us to respect ourselves and always think, especially if you know you're a sensitive person or you would not like it if people disrespected you. Try to do things that you know what, I have this type of a character, or I'm this type of a person, I would not like it if something like this happened. So I'm going to avoid putting myself in situations that whereby if a person is judging me, I will not feel like they're wrong or there's something that's not adding up. As I've said, that we also need to be accountable. Yes, I acknowledge that I've done this. Yes, I was a child. Yes, this and that. But we must just know that people are there to judge us, and it's for certain situations that you need to know that, yes, let them judge on things that I have no control over. But when we keep behaving as if things that people say do not bother us, and then as soon as you see that you're not getting the respect that you wanted or that you expected, now we want to cry foul. Is that honestly fair? How do we defend you? How do we say, okay, she did this because this and that? Especially in the healing community or in the healers community, because we are about to meet, we know somebody who knows someone, because there is a spirit. So it is important that we always respect ourselves, respect our gifts, regardless of which gift you hold or which gift lives within you. So, however, with that said, I just want to know, do you think it's honestly fair? Or what do you think about the question that I asked earlier? Do you think women should be initiated by other women and men should initiate men? Do you think like things better in terms of the crime rate that's also happening amongst traditional healers and initiates? Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and let me know what you think about it, or what topic would you like to hear me talking about, especially when it comes to traditional healers and going through such issues. But as long as it has nothing to do with witchcraft and things like that, I'm open to talking about it, so that we can just have an open discussion without being disrespectful to anybody's calling, spirituality, or beliefs. So thank you very much. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this. God bless.